This morning I was over at Target, or Target. It's just more fun to call it Target. And I came across a gal who works over at the bank. And it was just really funny to see her in real life. And I said so. I said, "Hey, look at you out here in real life." And she laughed and she's, "I'm on vacation." I said, "Awesome, have a great time off." And, we went our separate ways. But isn't it weird how, even though we know we're doing it, we know better, we still compartmentalize people and put them in a role. And so when they're out of that role, out of that situation, out of that environment, it just seems weird. And that's funny, isn't it? People we see at work or in different businesses and things like that, that same sort of thing. We just put them in this different kind of category. And then it happened again later on today. I was over at Whole Foods and came across a content creator who puts a lot of self-help and stuff on Instagram. And I hadn't met her before, but I'd seen a lot of her content and really enjoyed it. And so I went up and said hi and just told her how much I appreciated and enjoyed her content. And so we talked for a pretty good little while, and it was really a great conversation. But it was just, again, it was just a funny thing where in my head, she's someone I watch on Instagram or just see her content online. And so to see her in real life just kind of messes with the category that I put her in my head. And even though I know better, I think it's just part of being human. We categorize things to make it easy to quickly deal with things, I guess. It's a shortcut. And it's just a really weird thing. But I enjoyed the reminder. It's kind of funny to have two reminders like that in one day. But it was just really fun to see people in situations that are not the normal situations. And I don't know, it's a really interesting thing, and it's a great reminder for me, just that, hey, I categorize all the time. Why do I think it's weird? And it's such a lesson to us to isn't it strange how we don't really put people in full reality? We just kind of compartmentalize a selective reality for different people, for their environment, their situations, and that's where we put them. And we leave them there. And if we, encounter them in something different, or we see something that's not in the reality that we've put them into, our mind just wants to discard it because it does not compute, right? It's a very weird thing, and it's a part of not people, but also situations and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes we just package things in such a way, and then we just assume or figure or make plans and presume facts and all that stuff based upon this little package we put it all in, and never question the package, never try to expand it. And boy, that can just really make things weird, get us in all kinds of weird situations, get us in trouble, just all kinds of stuff. I think as a general rule, we humans have issues with reality. It's kind of funny, isn't it? But I don't know, I'm encountering it more and more in my own life and other people's lives. It is just it's another one of those spots where humans are just weird, right? Anyway, I thought I'd put it out there, see if that's something you've encountered in your life, and how you deal with that. And do you just leave it alone? Do you try to expand and edit things to include actual reality and truth, or do you just leave it the way it was and just move along? I think we do every little bit of that kind of stuff, just depending what the circumstances are. But man, I tell you, I am trying to live a more intentional life, and that includes questioning everything and thinking, is this a fact? Is this true? Is this real? Is it something that I have added as a bunch of stories and things to that don't belong there? To people, to situations, to myself. It is a very interesting study. So I'd be really interested in your thoughts on that, what you think. And anyway, just something to add to the list of stuff to be aware of and think about. I've got a big old list, and it's really funny. It's just how I just constantly keep being reminded of certain things, and we never just fix something and move on, and it's all fixed and and done. They're just levels and levels and ways that we can adjust, and then there's just a whole line of stuff just waiting to be discovered, and that's just the way it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's part of being human, part of being imperfect, and it's part of the beauty, I think, of life and being human. Anyway, have a good one.